I often get asked how to have a more loving, positive mindset towards ourselves and how to really love ourselves. When I was 22, that's when this whole journey started for me, and the book You Can Heal Your Life by Louise Hay came into my life. And in that book, she talks about mirror work, where you literally stand in front of a mirror and you look at yourself deep into your eyes and you say, I love you. And I found that fascinating and I found that intriguing, and I was very curious. And I was willing to do anything. I was in a place where whatever it took, I wanted to do because I really wanted to feel good about myself. And so I started doing mirror work. And mirror work has been so monumental for me in helping me have a more happier, loving, accepting, compassionate, kind relationship with myself. And it's really evolved and allowed me to be more comfortable and more secure in who I am today. So in this video, I want to share with you how to do mirror work and how we can use mirror work to cultivate self-love. And I suggest the book Mirror Work by Louise Hay as a starting point, because she goes into detail about what mirror work is, how to use it, what to do, what to expect. And that book consists of a 21-day experiment where you look at yourself in the mirror and every day you focus on something different. But for the sake of this video, I want to share with you just this one tip, and that is to make mirror work something that you're curious about. Make it an invitation. So when you look at yourself in the mirror and it's day one and you're like, okay, I watched this video from Kajal that talks about mirror work. I have heard of Louise Hay and she suggests mirror work and I think I want to give it a go. So it's day one and you're standing in front of your mirror and you're saying, I love you, and it feels so weird, so awkward, so uncomfortable, and you're just like, this is so silly, I'm not doing this, and then you walk away. Instead of doing that, what I want to offer to you is to actually go on with a really open and curious mind, and just not try to have some kind of way it needs to be or way it needs to feel. Just allow it to be, So go look at yourself in the mirror and look into your eyes and say, I want to learn to love you. I'm willing and open to learn to love you. And the key word here is learn. We really are wanting to learn to love ourselves because we don't know how to learn to love ourselves. We weren't taught how to learn to love ourselves. And so there is this curiosity within us that wants to learn to love ourselves because we watch videos like this and we read self-help books and we hear coaches and teachers. They talk about this thing called self-love, and you're Googling all of this and you're searching all of this, and there's this curiosity, there's this eagerness within you to want to learn. So go into it with a very open, beginner's mind. There is nowhere you need to arrive to. There's just the place you need to be with yourself, wherever you are on your journey of loving yourself. So that's why I say start with day one, and as many days you need to say it. I want to learn to love you. I want to learn to love you. I'm open to learning to love myself. And just start using that as that affirmation, and you stick it on your mirror on a post-it. So every morning when you get up, you're brushing your teeth, you say, I want to learn to love you. I'm open and willing to learn to love you. And you're using that statement, that phrase, as an invitation to invite yourself into having a more loving, happy, healthy relationship with yourself. And the example I want to give to you is, if you've been with someone, a partner, a husband, wife, for let's say 10 years, and you're having problems in your marriage, and you realize, okay, maybe some marriage counseling could help me here. So you go to that marriage counselor and you say, you know what, we've been having these problems in our relationships, but I want to learn to have a happier, healthier relationship with my partner. Can you help me? That's the same thing that you're doing when you look at yourself in the mirror and you're making that invitation, I want to learn to love you. But you're doing it to yourself because only you can show yourself or teach yourself how to love you, because you're in a relationship with yourself. So that's where the tricky part is, and that mirror serves as that other visual representation of you, where you can physically direct your words to that person in the mirror, which is just a reflection of you. So it feels like it's a two-way relationship, because oftentimes the relationships we have with ourselves we can't really see, because there's no mirrors. So when we look in the mirror, we can start to see the relationship we have with ourselves. So if you stand in the mirror the first day and you say, I want to learn to love myself, and our thoughts arise, this is so hard, this is so stupid, I could never love myself, or I'm not even worthy of being loved, or I can't do this. That right there should be an indicator of where you're currently at in your relationship with yourself, not something to feel discouraged about, but like it gives you a little feedback. Okay, so this is where I'm at. There isn't much of a loving relationship here, but I'm open, I'm curious. I want to learn to love myself, just like you would want to learn to have a healthier relationship with your partner, and you go to that counselor who then helps you. The mirror is that coach, is that guide, is that teacher for you. And you use that mirror as a way to help you learn to love yourself. I hope this is making sense to you. Try this, and if you've already tried mirror work, tell me your thoughts in the comments, because I love hearing from you. Wherever you are in the world, have the day you want to have, and stay open.